Hello everyone, this is Mashi Sangeraji. I'm teaching pattern making sewing in Patron Studio. This is the first time I'm uploading my video in English. So subscribe Patron Fashion Studio, like this video if you like it, and comment any question you have. I will answer your questions as soon as I can. Today I want to teach you this headband. So easy to learn and so easy to make it. Make them for brides. I'm sure they're gonna love it. These are the materials that you need for this kind of headband that you want to make. You need this kind of headband, a plastic and a wide one. It's about 3 centimeter wide. You should actually measure the length of it. Put your tape measure here when the edge is actually touches the zero line, and then measure it carefully until here. We have 2 squares here, 8 by 8. The cover of the outside of the headband, we have 3 pieces of fabrics about 40 to 62 centimeter for the braid that we want to make for this kind of headband. We need a hot glue gun, some pins for put the fabrics together and don't make them move. You don't need this pattern. I made it for you to make you understand how you can cut this kind of piece that you can see that we are using it as a cover of outside of our headband. Means here. It's on the fold. You need to cut it on the fold like this. It's how you can have this kind of pattern. Measure the widest section of your headband, means here, the top of it. It's about 3 centimeter. I need about 2 or 2.5 seam allowance for each side of it. So you can see it here. I use 2.5 for both sides. When we are reaching to the edge of the headband, means here, these edges, you should measure here. It's about 1.8. We can call it 2 centimeter. So seam allowances I need about 1 or 1.5 seam allowance you need on the edges that you can cover the outside of your headband. Measure the length of this headband. This piece of your pattern should cut on the bias. So it's not straight, it's just on the bias. Now we need to cover the outside of our headband here with the hot glue gun and this piece. You should glue all over the outside of the headband. I covered the outside of my headband, but it's not over yet. As you can see, I put some distance here. So I fold it back, as you can see, because it is on the bias and you cut it on the bias without any resistance. It comes along on your headband like this, you know? It's beautiful because it's just on the bias that we cut it. So at first, I need to glue here and then fold like this. And then after that, for the cleaning, we should do this. So glue them again and stick them together like this. It's beautiful, I think. Keep going. So we do this again for this edge. They need to be done with high quality. Here I need to fold it here, and the covering is finished for the other side. So this is it. We cover it up. We have to fold these three, and then we have to sew them on the seam allowance. We have 1 seam allowances for each of them, so you can use pins for put them together. You can use pin. Now you should iron these three. I use a hot iron with a seam, and then you can use a cold iron to make the seam allowance this straight. So after that, I need to open the seam allowances like this. It's not necessary, but it's actually good for the neat sewing that you want to make. Don't worry about these lines that your iron is make it on your piece. After, to make it backwards, you can use iron and steam for make these lines vanished. Like this. And now this is your seam line. It should be in the middle of this piece that we actually sew it. Just with your seam, make it to be like this. Do not push. Do not use any pressure. Just use the steam of your iron. So it makes it fluffy like this. So that's it. Put these three like this together. And then pin these three together. Now you should sew here about 1 centimeter, just 1 centimeter. You should actually pin them on the surface. You can needle it like this. Let's braid these three together. It's like you're braiding your hair or your friend's hair. Just be sure that you pin this on the surface because it makes it easier when you're doing this. Because of the kind of iron that I did on these pieces, it looks like it's fluffy. It's beautiful, and it's going to be more beautiful. Pin them together. Just put the edges carefully together. And then use a pin. Fix them. So when you're sewing, they won't run because it's satin and they're always running. This is the time that we can actually knit our braid. As you can see, it's not really clean. It's a little messy, and you should take a look at the braid and just play with them. Mix them open. It's like a marshmallow. Now, here, we should put our braid on our headband. And after that, put your braid here on your headband and just make it over your headband. Goes inside your headband like this. At first, you need to use glue gun. Here, and then you use it here. I just glue them so carefully. Don't be stingy. Use enough glue. You don't need to fix this right now on your headband, so just put the headband on the right side. We're just doing it. And we're almost there. Here. I have about 1.5 or 2 centimeters of a distance from my braid to the edge of the headband. This is 2. So after that, glue the outside your headband and cross the both sides of your braid and glue and stick them together like this. As you can see, it's much bigger than your headband. So I need to glue the right side of my headband. It's perfect. It's really perfect. As you can see, I have two sides that is, I think it's ugly, and we have to make something for it to be much look clean and so much beautiful. Just check your headband if it needs to glue. So I check it, so like this here. I need to glue here to make it clean. Check all over it. You can stitch them, but with glue it's much easier and you can make them fast. As we have it right now, we can do something more for the edges to make it cleaner, not like this. For make the edges look like cleaner, we need these two squares. We need to make them like a bias tape. I didn't cut them on the bias. Fold the both sides of this square and then use your iron and then your cold iron. Now we have to use this tape, this glue tape here that make the seam allowances stick together. You can use the iron, get glued, and now you should sew here from this edge to this edge like this. So I have to iron them. Just open the seam allowance and put your iron on it and just push a little harder with the edge of your iron and make it like this and make it backwards, and then after that you should put it here on the edge. You need a little glue here. Do it quickly. Hide the seam allowances and then push them together like this. Watch this! It finished! Make this beautiful headband for yourself. I'm sure you're gonna love it. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you for your time.